Hi, just a quick video with regards to this battery charger and maintainer by Ring. I've bought this from a reputable retailer today, which is Argus, and this one's the top one that you can get, where it does 8 amps, and it's a smart charger. This one does 12 volts or 24 volts, so I bought it for a car. These are the car batteries. I've got one in the car, but just for demonstrations I'll show you the ones I've got off. So this is what it looks like. Okay, you have a display which lights up, a button which cycles through the various modes that you can select, so I'll go into them when I connect them up. So this one I've got is basically the top one, which shows you here, so it shows you what it can do. The bottom one there, so it does a car, maximum voltage 14.6 at 4 amps, or you can select it to car winter, and it'll charge you up to a maximum of 14.8 volts at 4 amps. So that's any difference. It'll when it's charging, it'll go up to 14.8 instead of 14.6. Okay, and then you've got a truck battery, normal, and a truck winter, and that'll charge it at 8 amps. So basically I have up to a maximum of the 12 volt battery up to 8 amps charging. Okay, and maintaining. Obviously if you did have a truck battery, it'll do 28 volts at 4 amps. Okay, so what you can also do, this one I've connected up the crocodile clips, but you connect them here, and what you can also do in the pack, I'm not going to get it out because I'm not going to use it, is the Ring ones, which you can permanently attach to your battery terminals and leave it on there all the time. Okay, so that's the box that it comes in. It's quite a neat charger. It's very lightweight, and on the back it has a hook. There you go, which you can pull out. So I'll pull it out. Oh, there you go. So you can pull that out, and you can swivel that round so you can hook it onto your bonnet latch while you're charging it. Also, it's waterproof, which is good. So you don't have to worry too much about that. So I have been reading through the manual, how to connect. If it's just a battery off the car, you put your positive on first and then the negative. Okay. If it's on the car, you basically positive first, then just find a good earth. Probably for the risk of explosion. I'm not sure why you would do it like that, but that's what it's doing. Give you a little bit of resistance. I'm best guessing, no expert, but it does say in here, the one I've got, the model, there's all the different models that you can get. It does say it's up to batteries up to 150 amp batteries, you see, which is good, isn't it? So basically normally it'll charge at 4 amps, but if you put it on truck it'll charge up to 8 amp, up to a maximum. And it does cycle through, there's all the different batteries that it will do. Calcium, silver type batteries, gel batteries, AGM, EFB, PB batteries. Okay, I think PB really is like lead acid batteries. Okay, or EFB, flooded batteries. Okay. And stop-start, basically the AGM batteries, basically like stop-start cars. That's what they put in stop-start. So it's very interesting. This is just sort of like my first use of the instructions. I don't know. It's all there. Could be a bit more detailed, but there you go. When you go onto the website, you can read about it. It does tell you a little bit more about batteries and maintaining them. It's quite interesting. I think it does go through different cycles of charging. I believe, when I've read about it. So what we'll do, well, here's the battery. This battery I've got is a 60 amp battery, so well within the spec. There's not many people got 150 amp batteries on a car. So just say connect the positive first, so I'll do that. Okay, and then the negative. You get a bit of a spark, and you look at the screen, and nothing happens. Okay, which you think you connect it to the battery. The battery's in a good state of charge, actually. You think something had come on, but doesn't use the power of the battery at all to switch it on. So what you've got to do next is put in your plug. Okay, your mains plug. Okay, so I'll plug it in. And first thing that happens is, now you've plugged it in, blue screen, tells you the voltage of the battery, so it's pretty well charged, the battery is. So what you do is you press your button, okay, and it'll cycle through the different selections of battery, but it does remember from the last time you plugged it in. That's my experience. So you press it once, so it'll say 12 volt, and you get a picture of a car. Okay, press it again, and then you've got the winter sign. Press it again, truck, 12 volts winter. Press it again, 24 volt truck, 24 volt winter. And obviously go back to a car. If you just leave it there, matter of seconds, it will start charging. There you go. Watch the voltage go up. So on that particular setting, it isn't the winter one. It's going to charge up to a maximum, which it says in the book, of 14.6, which it's doing, isn't it? 14.6. And if I put it on the winter one, it would be 14.8 at 4 amps, maximum of 4 amps. Obviously it'll decide what it's going to do with it being a smart charger. So it's charging at 14.6 volts. It's basically saying there, like on the battery, that it's pretty well charged up. And what will happen, probably with this battery within a matter of minutes, it'll go to the words full, and it'll go into maintenance mode, which means it'll just stay trickle charging forever. It won't damage the battery. So if we go to the manual, what it'll do is come up with that word full, like that. Doesn't give you much details, other than basically you can leave it on forever. So, you know, if you want to use it for leisure batteries and things like that, or you just want to leave it on all the time, you can do it. Won't cause any harm. Okay, so that's just running through what it's like. It's a nice size, got a nice feel with it. You get a box, you get this box with it, obviously. And then there's all the details on the box. Then it says, you can obviously pause it and read. But yeah, my experience is I've just plugged it in and off it goes. I believe if you've got a really flat battery, say like 8 volts or something like that, when you switch it on, it's going to come up with an error message. Basically it's too low. That's the only downside I would have thought with this battery. If it's battery charger, if it's a really low charge of battery, you're going to struggle, I believe. And I think what you've got to do is basically like I've got another battery here, you just put some jump leads across to that one, try and get the voltage up a bit above, say, 8 to 10 volts, because I think if it goes too low, you know, I believe if it's, I've read if it's below, you know, anything below 3 volts, it won't charge. So I'm just being mindful. I do have another charger that isn't a smart one, but basically this is just a battery charger and maintainer. Will do up to 8 amps if you put it on the truck one maximum, so probably take, I don't know. There you go, it's come up on full. There you go. So now it's basically just maintaining the battery and going into trickle charge. Yeah. So let's disconnect it now, because I don't want to show you how to disconnect it. So we just unplug it. Basically I've unplugged it now and it's still saying full. Okay, the screen, you know, it takes a while to go off. Obviously the blue light's now gone off. I can compress it and a blue light will come on, and there you go. But it'll just go off on its own in a second. Even though I've unplugged it, it's still on. But it seems the opposite way around, you know, when you plug it in, nothing happens. When you connect, when you connect the battery up like we did show, the screen doesn't come on at all until you plug it in. But it's the opposite effect when you disconnect it. It stays on for a little period. There, it's gone off on its own. So then take off the negative terminal and the positive one. Okay, and that is it. Your battery's fully charged. Obviously mine was already charged up, so you know, I'm not unsure how long it would take, an hour or overnight. If I do have a discharged battery, I'll do another video and show you how long it does take to charge a flat battery. I've just bought this basically because my other one doesn't do all the latest batteries. This one will do, you know, all the latest batteries, so it's got a large range. There's different models that they do. Mine is the this N one here, which is RSC, the 808, the 808 one, which does 8 amps, and the 806 one does 6 amps, and the 804 4 amps. But you know, people may want the other one if they've got motorbikes. 6 volt, you know. I could have had this one, quite a lot cheaper. That one is. So that one probably should have been my choice, but I wanted this up to 8 amps and up to 150 amp battery, because when we look at the back, it does explain the different models, what it will go up to. So basically, the lowest model, the 804, is up to a 12 volt, up to a 90 amp battery, which I've got a pretty big battery here, and it only goes up to 60. So even the basic one will go up to a 90 amp battery, and then the 806 one will go up to 110 amp battery and 12 volts, and then the maximum battery that you can connect it up to, the one I've got, is up to 150 amp one, which will probably be a truck battery, I would imagine. But as you can see, that is the spec for the different models that you've got. Mine's the top one. Just went for the top one because it was in stock. The other one wasn't. Okay, so I hope this is helpful to people that are considering buying the Ring smart charger and maintainer. So far so good. But I've only had it about an hour, so it'll come in useful when needed. Probably for the missus' car more than mine. Right, okay, any questions, please feel free and I'll answer them best I can. Bye.